Hello guys and welcome back to a Wednesday afternoon update. Um First I gotta say, our channel is doing really well. Honestly, we're doing pretty good. I honestly did not think we would go that fast into 50. We're at 64 subscribers, guys. We reached 50 just a couple days ago, and we unlocked live streaming permissions, sharing screens and stuff. So this quality of videos will go away. So we're gonna start making videos, and we're not gonna see any more blurs. We're not gonna hear we're not gonna see any more computer glitches. We're gonna we're gonna have the ability to live stream. We have the ability to create posts. We unlocked everything on YouTube, guys. I'm very excited. We've reached 50. That's the most important part. We're at 64 now. It's very good. Our shorts get near 500 views. So thank you so much, guys. Our videos are doing well. And I just hope we can continue racking on subscribers, and like in April or something, we can finally do what I always wanted. We looked at like different weather channels on YouTube, like Direct Weather, Pal Ponder on Weather. I always say, wow, what amazing live streams they do. I want to become like them one day. This is our year, guys. We could finally create our own live stream. Like, that'd be insanely cool. So, really stay tuned in, because we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff upcoming. A lot of cool stuff. Trust me. We're gonna have so much more. And I think by the end of the year, our channel will rack up so many people. It's really exciting, guys. So just wanted to put out that. So I'm very happy, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's really a pleasure to be doing this with you guys. Sorry about not being on for yesterday. I was quite busy and I couldn't, because I was making these short videos instead of the really incredible wind damage we saw on Tuesday. Monday. Man, we did see those winds gusting up to 60 miles an hour in some places, left a lot of tree damage. Even in our area, we got reports of peak outages at 500 at 2 p.m. And man, there were a lot of trees down. Maybe not in our area, but 1 mile north of us. Whew, there is something to talk about. So, we're past that windy weather. We're finally done with that low pressure. These winds have gradually calmed down from 60 miles an hour to almost zero. And we are done. So, we're going to take a look at today. I'm going to take a look at next week and 2 weeks after. Because we got major storms to be talking about. Maybe not this week or next week, or maybe not even 2 weeks, but I know after 2 weeks we're gonna have to be severe weather ready. So, without further ado, let's get into things. Okay. So, actually, I wanted to look at something else. You know what? So first, I wanted to look at the severe weather threat for today. We got enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms for Kansas City, what is that? Missouri, a little bit of Illinois. We got Missouri in the threat. We got Kansas City in the threat. We got Topeka in the threat. We got lots of states in the threat. Mostly in the marginal. There's only one area of enhanced, this very small area. But still, be mindful of this severe weather, because it is going to be quite the thunderstorms in that area tonight. We got a slight risk outside that enhanced. depicted by that yellow color from Jefferson, Lincoln. I don't know what town this is, but you got it. It's not that big. And then a huge marginal risk all the way down to Wichita Falls and Dallas. And then a massive thunderstorm risk, like general thunderstorms, all the way to Chicago, Fort Wayne, Columbus, Detroit, all the way down to New Orleans. So you get how big this is. In terms of the tornado threat, we do have a 5%. So those storm chasers might be chasing today. We do have a 5% chance of tornadoes today. We got 2% for Wichita, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Norman, Wichita Falls, and Jefferson. And that's it for the tornado risk. The wind risk is a 15% for Kansas City, Lincoln, those areas. And the hail risk is a 30% hatched risk for Kansas City and Jefferson. And then 5% all the way down to Dallas, Texas. So the hail threat is the biggest today. We could see some gorilla hail out of this. We could see tennis ball sized hail up into Kansas City. We could see some really big hail out of this. And we go to day 2. Huge, massively, like huge enhanced risk for almost like the eastern U.S., except not obviously in the I-95 corridor. Don't worry, I-95 corridor will get involved by the end of March into early April. I really do think in that time frame we're going to be racking up those severe weather events. I really do think. And then into mid-May, man, we're going to have an active time. For now, no. So, yeah. Okay, so anyway, we do have an enhanced risk in play for tomorrow. We'll see if it goes moderate, but we do have an enhanced risk for Springfield, not Oklahoma City, a little bit of Little Rock, and then a huge slight risk for Springfield, Kansas City, Memphis, Jackson, Little Rock, Shreveport, Dallas, Waco, Peoria, almost up to Chicago, and we got a huge marginal risk for Chicago, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Bowling Green, Nashville, not really Jackson, but Greenville, Lufkin, Wichita Falls, Tulsa, Des Moines. So it's a huge area for tomorrow. Tornado risk, I do expect there to be a 10% risk of a significant DF2 to AF5 possible. And we'll show you why in a little bit later in the video. 2% for Chicago, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, same areas I talked about earlier. It's a pretty massive risk. I'm not gonna lie. Damaging wind risk, 30%. No hatched, thank God. But for the same areas, 30% Springfield, and in between those counties of, Arkansas, and north of Little Rock, we have the best chance for some damaging winds. The hail risk is the most concerning. Jefferson City, Springfield, Oklahoma City a little bit, Little Rock, Springfield, Dallas. You guys have a chance of seeing 2+ inch hail in diameter. 15% chance. I know you see that 30 right there, but that's a different threat. That's a separate threat of 1 inch hail. We have 2 inch hail in play in tomorrow. So we could see hail up to baseballs. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. And then day 3, this risk shifts east, but it's not going to affect our area. I repeat, it is not going to affect our area. But I am not going to say that Friday evening we won't have a chance of thunderstorms. We could have a couple thunderstorms. I just don't know if we'll have enough energy. Actually, it is going to be low 70s and like some dew points. We'll have to see. But I don't think so. But we'll see. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. So, let's start with the classic GFS. So for tonight, we're gonna see low pressure develop just to the east of Kansas City, and near that low pressure is where that tornado threat is the greatest. And that hail risk, because like near the low pressure, that's where you get these supercellular thunderstorms, and then it congeals into a line of thunderstorms later. Um, it doesn't look that impressive, but I do see a potential of some supercells in Kansas or near Kansas City today. We do see these thunderstorms continue all across Chicago area tomorrow. Maybe we got Iowa in play, and this low pressure keeps on moving up to the north until it makes this utterly direction to the east, and watch how much people are gonna be in that threat tomorrow. We got supercells developing on Thursday evening, Thursday late afternoon. These supercells could be producing giant hail out of these at first, and then it'll congeal into a damaging wind event. And who knows, maybe we can see a couple tornadoes. Wow, look at these cells tomorrow. These are nasty, nasty little cells. Definitely a lot of nasty cells tomorrow. In terms of how this low pressure will go, it's probably going to be Tennessee and Alabama at risk on Friday. That's what the SPC was also agreeing on. Some severe thunderstorm potential does exist, but not for the Mid-Atlantic. No, this line just becomes a little too weak for it. But we will watch this little feature right here, like Friday 1 p.m. And this might have a couple heavy downpours and maybe even some thunderstorms. We're gonna have to watch that feature on Friday. Like, see how it, like right here, you see these little dots of yellow and orange. We're gonna have to see. Because, again, I can't rule out the chance of a thunderstorm. Right off the Jersey Shore, there's a little bit of a powerful cell right there. So, something to watch. But in terms of the South, we do have a severe weather threat probably ongoing on Friday, and then it diminishes once it reaches off the South Carolina coast. In terms of the long range, which we will look at today because it's got quite interesting stuff to talk about. We do see cold air kind of move in for the northeastern part of the U.S. as an Arctic blast might take in shape, might knock us down to the mid 40s next week, a pretty substantial one, in fact. And then honestly, later is gonna get quite quiet until this storm tries to develop. Where did I want to see it? Oh yeah, that snowstorm that we were talking about earlier is gone. It's like gone. It's like not even showing up now. So I told you, like, I couldn't believe that for a second. Okay, so here's the dates we gotta watch. Friday the 22nd, we got a low pressure forming right off Wyoming, 1006 millibars. We got strong, like, gusty winds in front of it. We got cold air right here. We got some big time warmth right here across this dry line possibly developing. And we gotta watch this. So, look, he even wants to throw some snow back into New Jersey. But, like, listen, that's 230 hours out. Do not believe I said snow, because I also don't believe that. Because if we want to take a look at the, like, northeast U.S., yeah, you can depict there's a little bit of snow in New Jersey. Some blue showing up, in fact. So that's pretty interesting. And then this nor'easter wants to form, and then it's so interesting. It's so wild what the GFS wants to show. And then it shows a massive nor'easter right here that will probably throw some snow back. But that's not the storm I'm watching. Watch this storm right here on the 25th. Cold air, severe weather right here. And then, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I mean, we got some big time storms in front of that, and then we got some heavy snow on the backside. And then, oh man, oh, if you see this, if you see this type of stuff and heavy snow to the west of these storms, and you see this big time cluster of storms, this is what we gotta watch at the. Oh my goodness, man. It's scary to even look at this. Very powerful, maybe even derecho for Texas, Arkansas, Missouri. Oh man, I don't want to even look at that. So look at this line though. This line is insanely strong. And it keeps on going to the east. And oh man, oh man. Yeah, you don't want to see that. So it's definitely some weather to watch. But in terms of real time, like close concerns, we're not worrying that much because we don't have much to worry about even. Obviously, yeah, in the later periods we might have to worry, but honestly, there isn't much going on. We're gonna be talking about maybe one or two storms in the next week or two. Like they're really like minor. We do have a drier weather pattern setting up from that extremely windy storm from Monday and that damaging wind it produced. And then, I mean, I would watch the later time periods of March because that's when the weather could really rev up and it could really be a real concern and a question. And we have to see what happens. So, yeah. I mean, that's really it. And then the other thing that I want to look at is the CPC outlook. We got below average temperatures for the east, just as I was talking about. We could be seeing 70 tomorrow. We could be seeing mid 40s next week. Maybe even low to mid 40s. And who knows? I mean, it is possible we could have some snow showers again if there is a storm. So we gotta watch it. But it shows very below average across this area. Just slightly below average for New Jersey, but we'll watch. And then above average for the West and California. So California is gonna be entering more of a drier and calmer period. So that's good for them. And then the day 8 to 14, there's a little bit of warming out west, but there's cooler air in the southeast and in the north central. There's some above average in the northeast also. That's also something to watch. Precipitation, just like I said, is going to be pretty below average considering the fact that this monster bowling ball storm just went through on Monday and it knocked all that precipitation out. And it's going to get dry, alright? It's going to get hot and dry. It's not going to be very stormy. Just like the GFS showed, I think that's pretty correct. Then day 8 to 14, it's pretty wet. But that can change because, see, like right here, there's a really below average precipitation in the northwest. But see this increase of precipitation? I wouldn't be watching the 8-day period. I'll be more watching with a 14-day period where this severe weather potential could spike. And then we start to get these severe weather events starting to go to early April and on. And this is where the time where we could have some severe weather outbreaks. And who knows, these could survive to the east. If we do get a good surge of dew points and temperatures, just like we did last time where we saw 70 and we saw this powerful squall line move through like 2 weeks ago, just a little bit stronger heating, like dew points in the 60s and stuff. Yeah, anytime we see that, we're gonna update you guys. But honestly, we're gonna be entering more of a quiet pattern. So it depends if we're gonna be doing more videos or not this week. I'm not sure. We might do less than average videos we do, but we'll see. I'll see you guys in the next one. Very excited for our future YouTube channel. We'll see what happens. We figured out the errors. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting one. All right, with that, I'll leave it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.